See, Donald had a problem. People just keep trying to him, but why? Well, let me explain. This guy named Ryan wakes up one day and says, you know what? Donald gotta go. So he goes over to where Donald plays golf, but Donald not there yet. So he sits and waits. He waits for 12 hours. He sees Donald, but there's just one problem. Donald always has Secret Service agents with him. You see this guy? Secret Service agent. Psych, stupid, you know it's this guy. I just need to see you paying attention. Lock in. But Ryan notices something. The Secret Service agents aren't just always surrounding him. They're going around scouting out other holes. So Ryan takes his big, that you can only buy in America, aims, and a Secret Service agent catches him and says, hey, yo! Ryan says, huh? The agent says, man, watch out! Gah, gah, gah. Ryan says, oh no, them boys busting. He takes off. But then they catch him. They said, boy, why'd you do it? He said, well, if you must hear my tale. But we're gonna pause on his tale and we're gonna move on to Matthew, the first guy who tried it, Donald, because his reasons are similar. So Donald's doing a classic speech. He's doing a hand thing, everybody going, yeah! And the Secret Service is watching. But this guy is a little more prepared. Matthew gets on top of a building just outside the Secret Service's search radius. Now listen closely. There are 2 Secret Service members with their big long range on the roof. One of them sees Matthew, but it's just a kid on a roof, so he doesn't do anything about it. The other Secret Service member with his long range doesn't see him because Matthew is behind some trees at an angle where he can only be seen by one of the long-range Secret Service members. Matthew gets to busting, and his first shot was so close to Donald, if Donald didn't choose to move his head from the right to the left a few seconds before, that would have been it. The Secret Service goes, yo, he's got a big, you can only buy in America. Remember how I told you they already knew he was there? It takes them 2 minutes to back. Now, no one knows why it took so long. The Secret Service could have had to make confirmations, say, you take the shot, and there could have been a little confusion. But he lets off a bunch more, but they were not as lined up as the first one. Oh, I forgot to mention, the first one hit Donald's ear. They kept going up. It could have been recoil, he could have been panicking. I'm not an expert, I don't know, but it goes into the crowd, and unfortunately, somebody got. But eventually, the Secret Service, it's Matthew. Now, here's where it starts to get wicked. The reasons why they did it were kind of similar. Ryan did it because, actually, go ahead, Ryan. Well, if you must hear my tale. Actually, never mind. They did it because of the political hopelessness Americans are feeling right now. See, Ryan was all about saving Ukraine. As a lot of you know, many people are one policy voters. And the thing is, most politicians stay as neutral as possible to get as many votes as they can. But many people have caught on to this and realized that a lot of politicians kind of suck, so they want change. But in that debate that Kamala and Donald had, Donald says the usual, I don't know, Ukraine here. Kamala says, boy, we all know you're not trying to help Ukraine, and she might be right, but that's a more complicated topic. This dude, Ryan, sees that and it probably hit him, oh, they really not gonna help. And he's really into the Ukraine thing. He was trying to get volunteers to go over there and help Ukraine. So his goal was to shake things up a bit, force change in America with a big event. I believe his words were he wanted to start a civil war. Now, they don't have Matthew's exact reasons because he was really off the grid in social media, but they saw that even though he was a registered Republican, he also donated to the Democratic Party at one point. So it seemed he had that same political confusion and wanted to shake things up. Because on top of Donald, they found out he also searched up Joe Biden, the Attorney General, the FBI Director, and Catherine, the Princess of Wales. I don't know how she fits in, but I'm watching her now. But regardless, both men felt that Donald would start something big, and they were probably right. Y'all saw what happened when they said that he lost an election. But don't worry, it would never get to civil war, because civil wars are bad for business, and America is just one giant business at the end of the day. So these guys would probably put a stop to that quickly and by any means.